Republicans and fake Republicans, welcome to a brand new video. Today, we are looking into quite the interesting situation. We have Republican warfare. That's right, baby. That's what we're here for. All the chaos. Enough of this, oh, Nux, you're grifting because you're only making fun of left-wing people. Well, left-wing people have much bigger meltdowns, so I make disproportionate amount of fun of left-wing people. Okay? That's how I roll. I'm just rolling, patrolling. That's the way I move. Okay? You can make fun of me for thinking that left-wing people have such big meltdowns, but unfortunately, they keep proving me right, and their meltdowns are usually bigger, wetter, and shakier. So today, we are looking into a fantastic situation. We all love those situations. Hell yeah. We are looking into right-wing crazy situation. That's right. That's what we do here. We just make fun of idiots all around. Let me introduce you to Dan Crenshaw. He is this fellow over here with the eye patch. He is a Republican congressman, I believe, of Texas, I think. I don't know much about him, aside from the fact that he has an eye patch. That is basically everything I know about him. We'll be doing a little bit of a lore dive, but he just ended his career. He just cooked himself, like, to an insane degree. I have never seen an actual meltdown, destruction on this level. Most of the time, politicians get away with literally anything. But this dude, holy balls, he's cooked. He's done. He's a crybaby that can't take criticism. Listen, we're doing the deep dive. We're gonna look into this. It's gonna be great. I do love me some meltdowns. I love some chaos. So this guy is definitely gonna be feeding us today. The snaked up, well, I guess if my chat hates him, he must be evil. That's democracy. All right, so anyway, let's look into this. I'm very excited to see this. Just letting you know in advance, Hassan Piker, very well known for the very controversial series on my channel, the How Fucked is Hassan Piker series. He said when Dan Crenshaw was on the Joe Rogan podcast and talking about how he lost his eye to a terrorist in Afghanistan, Hassan said he wishes the terrorists fucked his eye hole. I'm just giving you that because I think it's important that you're aware that Hassan Piker is still the arch nemesis here. We're just making fun of some other assholes today. So he had this clip go viral on a hot button mic clip that actually everyone started talking about. He didn't realize he was being recorded here, and it's kind of wild. So look at this shit.
Have you ever met Tucker?
We've talked a lot. If I ever meet him, I'll fucking kill him.
I don't know if you're able to hear that because of the background noise and because the hot mic was on this guy and you couldn't really hear him very clearly. He said he was talking about Tucker Carlson, and he said to him, and this is crazy, he said to him, have you ever heard of Tucker Carlson? And he said, if I ever meet him, I will kill him. But now let me play that again so you can hear it properly because this is career ending.
If I ever meet him, I'll fucking kill him.
He says, if I ever meet him, I'll fucking kill him. This is insane. This is, like, actually insane. Like, wildly insane. Whoo! Yeah, holy shit. Actually insane. So, anyway, the point is, this clip is everywhere right now. Literally everywhere right now. For a very, very good reason. He just made a threat against some other guy's life that he doesn't like. That's insane. This is a death threat, clear as day. One more time for the people that don't believe it.
If I ever meet him, I'll fucking kill him.
Yeah, there's no really other ways to actually talk about this. Like, that's insane. I don't think actually threatening other people is appropriate. Like, threatening violence to other people, unless they're like fucking terrorists or pedophiles or shit. That's insane. So, anyway, the crazy thing is, this video went viral, and then suspiciously, the original poster of the video deleted the video. Obviously, nothing on the internet disappears forever, so once it actually hits the internet, it's there for eternity. It will never, ever be removed. Like, it will never be removed. So, the video of Dan Crenshaw threatening Tucker Carlson has been deleted by the original poster. They are trying to censor it. I'm sure Crenshaw would appreciate if you didn't repost this. And now suddenly, you know, you delete it and Streisand effect and even more people will talk about it. Now, the craziest thing is, Marjorie Taylor Greene made a pretty wild tweet asking Dan Crenshaw, hey, did you threaten to kill my friend Tucker Carlson? Because this is the original interviewer. He says, after our interview, I asked Dan Crenshaw if he ever met Tucker Carlson. And he said I would kill him if I saw him. I laughed it off and he said, no, seriously, I would kill him. And so she says, Dan Crenshaw, did you threaten to kill Tucker Carlson? And Tucker Carlson responds, and Dan Crenshaw responds with, lol, no. Oh! Especially, it's even worse because...
We've talked a lot on Twitter. If I ever meet him, I'll find him killing.
Yeah, so that's kind of like unbelievably insane. Like, holy crap, that is unbelievably insane to make a threat like that. Holy schmiblets. Oh my god. But anyway, so bro is cooked. So here is a little reason why Tucker Carlson might be under threat specifically by this guy. Tucker Carlson blasted Dan Crenshaw. He exposed Dan Crenshaw to such an unbelievable degree that I think a lot of people see it this way. His claim, in a nutshell, is that Dan Crenshaw is a, like, secret Democrat that took the place of Republicans to kind of whatever. And he has, like, this whole deep state intrusion theory going on. And honestly, I could so see why he hates him. But just because you hate somebody, that doesn't mean you could just threaten people to violence. All right? You can't just say, oh, I meant to kill him in Minecraft. I didn't. Was that talking about killing him figuratively in debate? Bro, that's not what he meant. It was not supposed to be recorded, and it was recorded. That's how you know when people are honest, okay? Like, oh my lord. There's like a whole concept about this. You only know someone is honest when they say it, like, not as part of a conversation. Like, that's how you know. So anyway, Tucker Carlson, here's a little mini compilation of Tucker Carlson literally cooking at Dan Crenshaw and absolutely eviscerating him. So anyway, I didn't look into this yet, but all I know is these guys have beef. It culminated to a death threat that just happened yesterday, or at least just got released yesterday, and Dan Crenshaw's cooked. He's absolutely cooked, and more people are looking into the allegations that maybe Dan Crenshaw is actually a fucking snake the entire time. It's kind of wild, and I am more than here for it. You know why? Because we like chaos on this channel. Definitely subscribe for insane amounts of chaos. All the chaos, all the drama. We cook everyone. All right, let's see what we got.
Time Dan Crenshaw stands up and says, but you don't understand the threat. Shut up, Dan Crenshaw. And everyone liked Dan Crenshaw. Just about had it with you. You got hundreds of thousands of American citizens dying of drug ODs, and you've done nothing. Your state was invaded by foreign nations at the behest of international organizations, including the United Nations. 15 million young men just came into our country for reasons we can't even understand, and you did nothing over your border. And you're going to
wait. Dan Crenshaw? Wait. Dan Crenshaw's like not actually... Wait, Dan Crenshaw's not trying to protect the border? And he's a Republican? Wait. There's no way that's a real stance that he has. Oh no. No. No wonder why people think he's a snake. Oh shit.
Tell me that some other nation is the threat? No, you're the threat. And that's true. So I don't care what party that person comes from. That person is an enemy of everything that you voted for. Trust me. We've seen this movie so many times, and the way that they short-circuit your critical thinking and get you to go along with it, and I know because I've been a victim of this, is by scaring the crap out of you with something. You are the father who abandoned his children.
Oh my God!
No excuse for that.
Bro.
You, Dan Crenshaw, you entire Democratic Party, you Mitch freaking McConnell. You're the one whose own children languished and died while you focused on the neighbor's kids or kids in another country. All of that may be fine, but your duty is to your kids. That's why you're the leader. And anyone who...
God damn, he's cooking!
...who shirks that duty is guilty of abandonment, and there is no lower man than the man who abandons his family. There is no lower form of leader than the leader who doesn't care about the people in his charge. And so make that the litmus test, I would say. I mean it, and I don't care what they say.
Texas... Bro, oh my God. That clip was actual murder. He basically blamed that man of heresy. Listen, again, I don't think death threats are appropriate literally ever, especially if you're a fucking congressman. Like, if you're a random guy on Twitter and you make a death threat, I think it's completely inappropriate and should absolutely be cooked. But when you're a congressman, actually making a threat like that, a death threat, I know it wasn't supposed to be recorded, but he sounded like he meant it against some guy. That's insane, no matter what he says about you. No matter what petty insults he shows to you. Bro, whoever wrote Tucker's script on that one, I don't know if it was Tucker himself, but whoever wrote that script was cooking. Oh my God. That's crazy. Holy shit. I mean, like, he makes a good point. Ultimately, you want to protect your own children, and you should be protecting your own children before worrying about anybody else's children. That's, I think, basic basic responsibility and ethics. I think that just that's human nature, and it really makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Damn, I am shocked that he went off so hard on Dan Crenshaw about that, because that guy's supposed to be a Republican, right?
Does seem, I'm just being totally honest, the single most left-wing, truly left-wing member of Congress I've ever met personally is a Republican from this area who has no interest in the United States whatsoever and does not even pretend. I'm not going to name names. Oh,
he's gonna name names. He's gonna name names. I love when people say I'm not gonna name names. Yeah, he's gonna do. We all know he's gonna name names. Okay, stop it.
I think that's right. Yeah, it's Dan Crenshaw, the most liberal, most left-wing person I've ever met in the Congress. I'm just being serious. I mean, structurally, how does that happen?
Well, dude. Okay, so I know Tucker Carlson, he's like a right-wing guy. He's a very right-wing fellow. But for him to say that the most left-wing person he ever met is Dan Crenshaw, Republican, is wild. Because it kind of does point to the idea of maybe there are psyops, right? Maybe get some of your own people on the other team. I don't know, maybe it helps a little bit. How does that, but he's right, how does that happen? Oh my God, bro folded under zero pressure. I'm not gonna name names. It's Dan Crenshaw. Bro, that's like the Kanye West clip, which is one of my favorite clips of all time. If you haven't seen this clip, you are missing out. I will show it to you every single time I can. Bro folds under zero pressure.
Drove me to a point of exhaustion, which was misdiagnosed by I'm not gonna say what race, what people, a doctor, and what hospital, and what media it went to. We know I can't say that. It was a Jewish doctor that diagnosed me of having...
I love this clip so much. I mean, I know that Kanye West, he's like, he tweets Nazi shit all the time. Whatever, but this clip is incredible. Bro folded under zero pressure. Like, I'm not gonna name names here. It was Dan Crenshaw.
It happens because we don't go beyond this is not going to apply to the people in the room because you're the hyper-informed. You don't understand how much more informed you are than your neighbor that you didn't invite tonight.
Nah, I do know actually how much more informed I am than most people. Yes, I actually do know that as a fact. Like, you speak to people and they have no idea what's going on. You could literally quote Trump quotes to people and say that it was Biden that said those quotes, and they'll be like, yeah, that's a leader. I support that. Then you tell them it was a Trump quote and not a Biden quote, and they'll be like, ah! You know what I'm saying? They'll immediate commit seppuku.
I really mean that. Your brother, your mom, yes, they're Republican. They're voting Republican. They probably have a MAGA hat on. Go Trump. Ask them. Ask them when the last time they voted in a school board election was. Ask them if they even voted in a primary election. We don't do it because we're in a safe, comfortable place. And this happens everywhere. It happens in Wyoming. It's like the reddest state in the union. It's not unique to Texas. If you're a scumbag communist and you want to get elected in a place like Wyoming, you can't run as a Democrat. You can't run as a hard lefty. You throw on some cowboy boots and you buy a shotgun and go out there and take a picture shooting at some pheasants, and you learn how to speak the lingo a little bit, watch a little bit of Tucker Carlson. Now you know what to say, how to deceive exactly, and you find yourself in a position of power, kneecapping people on the right time after time after time. Our controlled opposition problem is so bad, and that's why we always feel like we're playing tug-of-war with Whoopi Goldberg. It just doesn't feel like you can win.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy. So his argument is that these people are like actual psyops? Actual psyops. All they do is they talk the talk, they put on this cowboy hat, they do the lingo, and they literally take the position of people that actually have morals that fit you better because they know how to do the superficial parts. Dude, fuck, dude. I did not expect Tucker to cook Dan Crenshaw this hard, literally. I mean, bro made a death threat about him. Obviously, they weren't going to be homies and buddies, but goddamn.
They're framing what's very obviously censorship as an act of self-defense.
Oh, dude, I hate that so much. It's self-defense to arrest people that post offensive memes. Did you offend somebody? Prison! Look at Mitch McConnell. Again, I think psyops are terrifying, and I think there are a lot more psyops than we actually give credit for. Because I really believe that so often, some of the shit that you see is literally put there specifically by some controlled opposition to wheedle its way into your spaces and cook you from the inside. Listen, bro. Listen, dog. You're gonna tell me that all the people that want to put fucking non-binary characters in video games, you think those people play video games? They don't give a shit about video games. They don't give a flying butthole about video games. Get out of here, miss me with that. Literally, just to invade your space and corrode it from the inside. Literally, 100% of the time. And why should that not be a thing at the Congress level too, right? It's not too far-fetched to think about.
Against a foreign adversary. And if that sounds familiar, it should be. It's the same rationale they used to spy on Donald Trump, among other things.
Right, they spy on Donald Trump because it was to protect America, right? That was the argument you always have. It's like, listen, the reason why we're doing unconstitutional things to Donald Trump is because he is an existential threat to America, or something.
Once they designated him a tool of Russia. And as always, they're doing all of this in the bluntest, least restrained terms, because it's your fault, actually. Quote, voting against the bill is a vote for the Chinese Communist Party.
I mean, that is what they say in the media. Literally, the media did that to Trump for years. So, I mean, I think they ramped it up over time. 2016 is a vote for Trump is a vote for Russia. And now 2024, a vote for Trump is a vote for Hitler.
Proclaimed neocon Congressman Dan Crenshaw.
What? Bro! Wait, that wasn't even the media. That wasn't even the media. Listen, when the media lies, I'm not surprised. I'm like, oh, the media lied? Whatever. That's just when the media opens their mouth. How do you know the media's lying? They're talking. That's not a shock. A Republican congressman said that a vote for Trump is a vote for Russia? Holy shit. A Republican in quotation marks. God damn.
Nikki Haley of Texas.
Ooh.
Quote, the opponents of this bill aren't defending free speech. They're defending Chinese access to American data and American minds.
Oh my
Not
God.
a good look. You're a bad American if you don't agree with me, says Dan Crenshaw. And the rest of the liars said similar things. And maybe some of them believed it. That is possible, given the median IQ in the Congress. Then on questions of foreign policy, you would not...
Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't realize they were like anti-Trump to a degree that they would literally just... Listen, it does sound a little like controlled opposition. Again, I'm not saying it is. Not making any informed statements here. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of why Dan Crenshaw wants to murder Tucker Carlson. Like, what the fuck?
Spend a ton of time worrying about Taiwan. It's far away, and honestly, who cares?
Okay, all right, that's insane too. Like, you can definitely care about something far away.
No, because you don't have all the money in the world or all the time in the world, you would narrow down your priorities, and you would spend your energy and military might on your own hemisphere.
Obviously, the number one priority of America should be America. I think that every sane person agrees with that. Retards don't agree with that, but we don't talk about retards. Actually, we do talk about retards a lot. Subscribe for more retard discussions. But no, for real, for the most part, I think the number one goal for America is America.
Where you and your population actually live. The people you want to protect, they live in the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah.
So you would not allow the Chinese government to colonize pretty much every country in the Americas, including Canada and Mexico. No. And you certainly wouldn't let the Chinese, of all people, build the infrastructure in places that you directly control.
Oh, shit. Oh, no.
Like the supposedly American Virgin Islands, where the roads are paid for by China.
Oh, okay, listen, I wouldn't call that colonizing, but it's definitely something to look into. God damn.
That would be crazy and humiliating and very easy to stop. You wouldn't have to put up with that, so you wouldn't put up with it, not for a second.
Right.
And just to make sure that China understood you're doing all you could to protect your own people, because that was really your goal, because being Dan Crenshaw, you really care about your own people and your own country.
That's crazy. How does he take this back to Dan Crenshaw? What's he doing? Oh!
Because of that, you would immediately shoot down any spy balloon from China that floated over Montana.
Oh yeah, 100%. If there's a spy balloon flying over your country from another country that is not your ally, you absolutely blow that shit out of the sky, right? Like that's something you absolutely do.
Obviously.
Uh-oh.
That's some of what you would do.
Uh-oh.
And yet, somehow, the U.S. government, even Dan Crenshaw, who really cares about your children, protecting them from China, has done none of that.
So this guy is like all about, overseas threats and stuff, but not when the overseas threats are directly affecting Americans. Only overseas threats that are affecting overseas other people. Like, China invades Taiwan, and that's like the number one priority, but China sends spy balloons into America, and he's just like, whatever. Oh no. Oh God, is he a psyop? But listen, I don't know. I'm just saying. I see why Dan Crenshaw doesn't like this guy.
And has no plans to do any of that ever. So China still makes our antibiotics and our vitamins.
Oh, shit.
But what Dan Crenshaw is doing is banning a social media app. And probably not the first social media app Dan Crenshaw will call for banning, or the Biden
I was probably talking about TikTok, but Dan Crenshaw, he'll come for your Genshin, he'll come for your waifus, all the waifus.
Administration, with the help of Republican leaders, will try to ban. How do those people, as they inevitably do, seize the moral high ground in the opening moments of the ideological battle and position themselves as like the champions of freedom and human rights?
I just make this very clear immediately. I have zero high ground in any moral debates with any of you. I am a simple blue idiot on the internet. I am not going to take any moral high grounds ever, unless you support terrorists, in which case I am de facto better than that. Don't consider me positive at all. I am just a fucking guy. All right, listen. But I absolutely I detest the moral virtue signaling jackasses.
When in fact they're monsters. Like, how do they get away with that every single time?
I think it's a direct result of the all-volunteer force, which seems a good idea. I'm still supportive of it, but it means it's a very, the people that actually serve, that bear the cost of these overseas efforts, maybe 0.5% of the population serving. 3 or 4% know that 1%. And then 95% of America has no clue and no skin in the game. And so they're easily bullshitted by the posturing jackasses in Washington.
That's why Dan Crenshaw has a job.
Why? Oh my God, he blasts him in every possible way. Oh my God, dude, he takes every possible avenue to attack Dan Crenshaw. Holy crap. I mean, listen, I'm sure a lot of the criticism is legitimate because everyone, you can always criticize anyone. But bro catches strays. Dude, the fact that it got to the point that he wants to murder this man, though.
Is it that Republican states tend to have the least sincere Republican? Like Dan Crenshaw, apparently still a member of Congress from the state of Texas, is zero interest in the U.S. border. All his interest is in the Ukrainian border.
Weird.
The Gaza border. How does a guy like that get elected in a supposedly Republican state?
Honestly, that's a really good question. Why would a guy that doesn't care about the border actually win in in Texas? It's not just a Republican state. It's fucking America Prime. God damn it. They eat eagles and they shit bullets out there. They spit freedom at their enemies like dog. How does someone that's not pro-border actually win? What is happening? Who doesn't want to punch Tucker Carlson? Listen, Tucker Carlson, I've seen a clip of him calling the green M&M not sexy anymore, and I thought that was a crazy clip. So listen, I don't care if you like Tucker Carlson. I'll be honest, I don't care if you like or dislike literally anybody. All I have to say, personally, is that you don't fucking throw out death threats like that, drop death threats so casually in a public setting to somebody else that doesn't agree with you politically. And Dan Crenshaw, a congressman, made death threats toward this guy. In my mind right now, Tucker Carlson, all right, the green M&M guy, as I will forever call him, he has the moral high ground, bro. Say what you like, dude. Oh my God. Wait, you don't know about this green M&M thing? There's no way. This is like my favorite Tucker Carlson lore bit. I don't know a lot about him, but this is like my favorite piece of lore. All right, I'm sorry, bro. I have to show it to you. I'm so sorry. This is like my favorite piece of lore ever. Look at this shit. This is incredible.
The other big change is that the brown M&M has, quote, transitioned from high stilettos to lower block heels. Also less sexy. That's progress. M&Ms will not be satisfied until every last cartoon character is deeply unappealing and totally androgynous. Until the moment you wouldn't want to have a drink with any one of them. That's the goal. When you're totally turned off, we've achieved that. They've won.
Like, on the one hand, like, his perspective, all right, his perspective about how, they're destroying sexy characters in video games or whatever, like, that's fine. But really, bro, the green M&M, come on, bro. Wait, the green M&M one is even better. I have to find that one. Oh, what a glorious day. What a glorious day.
Green M&M, you will notice, is no longer wearing sexy boots. Now she's wearing sensible sneakers. Leading women do not wear sexy boots. Leading women wear frumpy shoes. The frumpier, the better. That's the rule. The change is that the brown M&M...
Oh, listen, I love it so much. I love that clip so much. That's my favorite clip. We make fun of everyone on this channel. Listen, there's always chaos to make fun of over here, all right? Listen.
Well, complacency.
Anyway, so his question is, back on context, his question over here is, how does very right-leaning states get quote-unquote Republicans that are kind of just liberal people in disguise? That's his question.
And life being good makes us soft, right? It's just the fact of life. It's one of those things humanity struggled with. As soon as you get rich or well off or comfortable, how do you keep improving? How do you keep your edge? You rarely do. This is what's happened to red state Republicans. There's nobody more at fault for the condition of this country than red state GOP voters. And people get mad when I say that. But let me just go down the list here. Mitch McConnell, John Cornyn, John Thune, Tillis. I mean, look, you can go down the list. Every dork from Louisiana. The reddest states in this country give us the most putrid Republicans at the federal level. Damn. Why does that happen?
What?
Because the GOP primary voter in red states lives in a relatively normal place. He lives in comfort. He thinks he's got a red legislature, so he either doesn't vote in primaries, that's mostly the case, he's just going to sit at home, or even worse, he goes to vote for Senator Dork, who he sees on Fox News every time. Well, Lindsey Graham was on Fox tonight. I guess he's on my side. You should have nothing but disdain for virtually every single senator you see on Fox News.
Wasn't he the host of Fox News? Fox News just psyops people into voting for the famous people, even if they're terrible, because people don't actually know what they're voting for. Honestly, it's probably true. God damn.
And yet people vote for who they see on television. Well, I met John Thune once, and he was so handsome. He's very clearly on our side. John Thune supported gun control legislation, and John Thune on camera was asked to back up American people owning AR-15s, and the best argument he could make for your liberty, for the Second Amendment, was that, I kid you not, this is on camera, he told people, well, I mean, a lot of people use them to shoot prairie dogs. These are the weapons-grade losers who control the GOP and from the reddest states. Susan Collins is understandable, Tucker. Sorry to get all fired up. It's understandable. She's from Maine. It's from a blue state. Of course we're going to get some wishy-washy.
Shit, he's angry. He should take a dose of my perspective on life. And that perspective is very simple. Laugh at the chaos. What are you going to do about it?
Mouth dork from that kind of state. For the Dakotas? The Dakotas are so red, it's crazy. They could have somebody to the right of me if they wanted to, but they don't. Well, I saw him on Fox last night. Oh, just gag me with a fork.
I have never seen him so angry. I've never seen a guy that angry in my life. Holy shit, bro turned redder than a red state.
Demand that your elected leaders who are using your money and have your authority and your military, that they do something about it. Your neighborhood looks nothing like it did 10 years ago because of illegal immigration. Well, we have a military on which we spend like $1.5 trillion a year. Why aren't they at the border protecting the country they serve? What is that? I don't understand. And anyone else who doesn't get that immediately is not qualified to represent you. And I actually think it rarely takes a primary. I think if enough people sit down with Congressman X, even someone like Dan Crenshaw.
Bro, he hates him. He can't say his name without like speaking in disgust. The animosity between these people is incredible.
Lindsey Graham, yeah, boo. But I think if you actually sat down with Dan Crenshaw and said, listen, Dan, I get it. You're a little, but I'm kind of on to you now.
Oh, shit.
And we want you to do the following 10 things. And if you don't, we're going to get someone who's aligned with us, and we're going to primary you. And at the very least, we're going to wreck your day. And he'll maybe be like, okay, your concerns are more important than the concerns of my donors. I will actually do what you want. Because in the end, it's not personal. You just want someone to listen to you and help you. That's the whole point of our system. Your representatives are there to help you. And if they're not, then you have to replace them. You have to be serious about it.
I mean, he makes a good point. I feel like people don't know who's actually representing them. People know who the president is, but people don't know who's actually representing them in Congress. I think he makes a really good point about this kind of thing. And, I mean, I'm not going to say that I agree with who necessarily he would vote for in my shoes, because I don't really know him very well. But I do have to say, if this Crenshaw dude is actually a snake, then why aren't people informed about this? Nux, have you seen Crenshaw defend Congress's pay increases? Bro's in Congress. Of course he defends their pay increases. But hold on. Do you expect me to think that a politician is not corrupt? Have you not ever watched my videos before? I assume a politician is corrupt until proven otherwise.
And they will listen to you. If you are serious, they will listen. And by serious, I don't mean threatening them or jumping up and down. But just call Charlie Kirk, man. There's no one better at that. Hey, Charlie Kirk, I'm calling, I'm a Turning Point Action donor, and I think we should primary so-and-so. Call Charlie Kirk. Probably, yeah, Lindsey Graham, like, someone should just do that. Not because, like, I kind of like Lindsey Graham personally, but it is such an insult to the idea of an opposition party. You have two parties. They should not agree with each other.
Listen, he's not wrong, bro. This is like what's happening in Germany right now, where basically every single party agrees to immigrate more people, except for the quote-unquote far-right party. Apparently, the far-right party is the only party that doesn't actually agree. But other than that, everyone else agrees. So, like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, bro? Yeah, without a doubt. If everyone just kind of agrees on shit that you don't agree with, then you're just literally not being represented.
On the biggest questions. Because if they do, someone's getting left out of the equation, and that person is you.
He's not wrong.
Someone needs to represent you on the big issues, the things that actually matter. Not just on swimmers at some state college, but like on real issues. And anyway, just make them obey. I think that's up to us. Don't be charmed by them. Force them.
Damn. I feel like people just don't know, to be honest. I feel like people literally don't know anything about these people. Like, this clip fucking sent me. I'll be honest, this surprised the shit out of me. I'm not a congressman, and I would never say this about someone. Never. Even someone I genuinely hate, I would not say this about someone. Dude actually said if I'd ever meet him, I'd fucking kill him. Oh my god, that's insanity. That's actually insanity. He's a congressman, for God's sake. And now, look, I've watched the Tucker clips. I understand why he doesn't like Tucker Carlson. Right? Tucker Carlson literally branded him a traitor to his own party. Like, that is completely something that I would be offended by if anyone said that type of thing to me or whatever. I mean, I would get offended by it, like if I was a normal person with regular levels of empathy. You see, the thing is, I am not. I am, in fact, a chaotic creature on the internet that gets canceled once a week on a good, slow week. I don't give a flying fuck if whatever you want to brand me. I've been branded everything before by people that don't like me, okay? Listen, I am an enemy to everyone because I don't mind pissing anyone off. I say my opinions, whatever they are. My opinions are, yes, Dan Crenshaw was branded a snake and a traitor to his own party, a treasonous person to the Republican Party. That's how he was branded by Tucker Carlson, again and again and again. Someone that cares about other borders, but not about the American borders. Someone that consistently has been branded that way. But this piece of shit actually is gonna drop a death threat like this? If I ever meet him, I'll fucking kill him? For the love of God! That's indefensible. Completely indefensible, especially for a congressman. He's not some random, anonymous Twitter guy that could just get away with anything. Honestly, crazy. But anyway, if I was Tucker Carlson, I would definitely get a restraining order on him, at least for the content. I always content on the mind. Restraining order for the content. It'll be crazy. He was peacocking, probably, but it doesn't matter. You don't say that shit. Again, freedom of speech, unless it's actually inciting violence or threats of violence is kind of a big deal. Like, this is like the equivalent of a bomb threat, that's crazy. But anyway, I guess only time will tell what happens. I think he's cooked. I think this is going to go so viral. So many people are going to look into what Tucker's been saying about him. So many people are actually going to hear Tucker Carlson's points against him. And dude is mega cooked. Mega cooked. I think he's cooked. It's crazy. So anyway, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you guys. This was an insight on two retards fighting, my favorite show ever. Everyone's a retard. The only one stands above them all. That is this guy. Hell yeah, baby. That's what we do. That's what we do. Definitely be here. Everyone, look at all the retards. All the retards. They're battling each other with sticks. They think they're cool. They think they're not retards, but they're all retards in their own little retarded game. That's what Trump would say. Definitely subscribe for larger penises. Every subscription puts an extra inch on your cock, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.